Hello, I'm Dr. Aman Chuk. I'm the chief editor of afibprofessional.org, an HRS ACC community on Cardiosource. And I'm here today with Dr. Andrea Natali. Dr. Natali will be discussing the results of the SMART AF trial. Dr. Natali, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Dr. Natali is the Executive Medical Director of St. David's Medical Center in Austin, Texas. Dr. Natali, would you tell us a little bit about the study and what you found?
The SMART AF trial assessed the impact of having contact sensor information, contact force information during ablation of paroxysmal atrial fibrillation. And the study included a relatively small sample size, about 170 patients, which all were analyzed for the safety outcome, and the rolling patients were excluded from the efficacy, which included about 122 patients. And so we look at the impact of having contact force on outcome and efficacy. The study had some targets that were set by the FDA based on historical data from the Thermocool study, and both endpoints were met, so the rate of adverse event was lower than the upper level that was allowed, which was 16%. The total adverse event rate was about 9%. And the lowest success rate that was allowed was 50%, and the success rate overall was about 69%. But the interesting information is when we look at the success rate when operators were in the set range of contact force they were predetermined before the procedure more than 80% of the time, then the success rate was above 80% and was significantly higher than the success rate of the procedure where the operator was in the range selected less than 80% of the time. So this data support the importance of contact force in improving efficacy of ablation procedure.
Those efficacy data are after one procedure?
The efficacy data are after the procedure that were allowed during the blanking period. Actually, there was an extra procedure that was allowed during the blanking period, but this was performed only in a small number of patients. So for the most part, is the efficacy of one procedure. And right now we're presenting data of efficacy on and off drugs. Okay. But obviously, we're going to, eventually publish data on the way we are used in our community to present, which is one procedure off drugs and one procedure on and off drugs. This is sort of the community release. But overall, it seems that there is a significant impact in efficacy. When we look at the adverse event, there was no change in adverse event based on the percentage of time spent in the range selected before the procedure. But in efficacy, there was a significant difference.
So those are very exciting data. So the contact force not only helps us prevent complications, but also seems to have an impact on the procedural outcome, the long-term success rate. Those are very exciting data. How do you see these data impacting the care of patients with paroxysmal atrial fibrillation?
Well, I think in general, once this technology is going to become available, probably will become the standard of care in clinical practice, because we all struggle to achieve the best result we can with the first procedure. So data like this certainly are providing impetus from operators to try to embrace a technology like this.
And what do you see the next steps going forward?
Well, this is, I think, the initial step towards becoming, having more objective information about what we do during the procedure. So I think that the next step will be to have some sort of information that beyond the contact force, which certainly seems to affect the quality of lesion, is to actually maybe have information on the lesion formation as the energy is delivered. And I think contact force will be one of the information that is going to be incorporated maybe in a data set that will be able to provide information on the lesion formation. So I think there is potentially an evolution of this in the near future.
Well, we're looking forward to those results. And thank you once again for joining us today.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.